What's going on, everyone? Austin Job Plays here. Today we're going to be talking about the Pokemon Direct coming out January 9th. I've been a little MIA because I'm sick and I just came back from MagFest. But I had a lot of fun there, so shout out to everyone I met at MagFest and hung out with. Alright, January 9th, 9:30 in the morning, 6:30 on the West Coast, there's going to be about 20 minutes of new Pokemon information in a live stream Pokemon Direct presentation. Now, we have never had a Pokemon Direct 20 minutes long. That means that there's going to be a lot of stuff included in this, and I have a list of 7 ideas. First thing is, before Pokemon Sword and Shield were even announced, we heard about 4 new things that were announced at the Pokemon Investors meeting. That being Pokemon Home, Pokemon Masters, Pokemon Sleep, and Detective Pikachu 2, of which Pokemon Masters came out, but not Home or Sleep or Detective Pikachu 2. Did I say Investors meeting? It's the business strategy announcement, which was super boring. It basically went over all the current products that they have. Pokemon Home is something that we're actively waiting for. It's going to be a service that's going to allow you to take all your Pokemon from Pokemon Bank and vis-a-vis all the 3DS and 3DS Virtual Console games. We're talking about Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, Black and White 2, X, Y, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and move them into Pokemon Home, which is a cloud-based service similar to Pokemon Bank, except this is also going to be accessible from your Nintendo Switch and from your phone. You're also going to be able to transfer your Pokemon from Pokemon Go directly into Pokemon Home, which previously you could transfer your first-gen Pokemon into Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but now you get to skip that step. Your Pokemon from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee can be transferred into Pokemon Home, and any Pokemon compatible with Pokemon Sword and Shield, you're going to be able to transfer back and forth. That's the about 435 Pokemon that are available in the game. The 400 in the Galar Dex, and then the additional Pokemon that are listed as available Pokemon, but you can't get them in the game, like Mewtwo, Bulbasaur, and the starters from Alola, and the legendaries from Alola, and the legendaries from Black and White. There's some other ones, like Keldeo for some reason. The service is going to be based in the cloud, and you're going to be able to access it from your Nintendo Switch as well as from your phone. There is going to be a fee. 100% there's going to be a fee. This is not a free service. The same way that there was a fee for Pokemon Bank, there will be a fee for Pokemon Home. There is no other information about Pokemon Home. Like how many Pokemon does it support? Is there going to be stuff to do actually in home? Some people think that there's going to be mini games. We haven't had any concrete information about it. Moving on from that is Pokemon Sleep, which is a device that lets you sleep. It monitors your active sleep patterns and then rewards your Pokemon in Pokemon Go with stuff. That's all we actually know at this time. For those of you who don't know, the science of sleep is actually really important for the human body. It goes into how your body is able to enter REM, your deep sleep, and then stay there properly, and then exit after a certain amount of time. This is something that, as soon as I got my iPhone, I got an app called Sleep Cycle, which helped me track that, and now I have fantastic sleep. Pokemon Sleep is going to take that same idea, except make it a rewarding process with Pokemon. And then the last accessory was the Pokemon Go Plus, which I believe that this is the accessory used for Pokemon Sleep. I don't know what else it's going to do. And it's the worst damn name ever. Really is. And then there was also talks of Detective Pikachu that came out for the 3DS, and it was a game that I did not enjoy at all. Being able to see a sequel coming out for the Nintendo Switch. Now, some people are believing that Pokemon Company is building an MCU of Pokemon movies, and Detective Pikachu is just the first step of that, so I don't know about that. But if so, Detective Pikachu 2 would be the predecessor for the Detective Pikachu 2 movie, and Ryan Reynolds returning to reprise his role as Pikachu. Now, these things have to be announced. There has to be something that talks about them at this point in time. And I can give you one very simple reason for that. Because this business strategy announcement, it happens every year, right before summer. May 28th, right before they go live at E3. However, the financial quarter also really matters at the end of this. This is the end of March before April 1st. April 1st is the beginning of the fiscal year. If they announced all these at last business strategy and have not talked about any of them before the end of the fiscal quarter, that's going to hurt them as far as investors. So because of that, these things will 100% be mentioned. Have to be mentioned. Now let's get to the crazy stuff. First, let's talk about the glaringly obvious things. We've not had a new mythical Pokemon for Pokemon Sword and Shield. Unlike previous games, they decided to keep it out of the code. There might be mythical Pokemon that we haven't seen and are not in the game's code, or there are no mythical Pokemon for this generation, and that's unlikely. For them to patch in these Pokemon, the mythical Pokemon, and possibly more available Pokemon, like Bulbasaur and Keldeo in them, we may be seeing some downloadable content. Some of you are familiar with this as DLC. Now, this DLC may be paid for, it may be free, we don't know. Considering how much dang money they made off of this game so far, and because of their target demographic, it would make sense for it to be available for everyone. Now, I don't know if this is going to be downloadable content as like you need to go to the eShop and, you know, go through the whole process of installing it, or if it's just going to be an update. The update may roll out and have a bunch of stuff in it. We've also had a very active cycle as far as the raid Pokemon, and it has constantly been changing, and it is fantastic. I've never felt so engaged with a Pokemon post-release from Pokemon Company themselves. However, we are missing 2 Gmax Pokemon, Toxtricity and Melmetal. They're in the game's code. They can be hacked in at this point in time, but there's no way to get them yet. So, easy route, do these as promotional raids, or it may be something a little bit more complicated than that, or those might be included in the DLC. Now let's get into the crazy speculation here. Paid DLC, Diamond and Pearl Remix, Swish 2. Paid DLC, I think, is extremely unlikely, just because what we've seen in the history and the timeline of Pokemon games is that they're not out to milk one game as long as possible. If they do want to milk one game, they release Sword 2 and Shield 2. Saber Sword and Master Shield, whatever. They're gonna make the remix games. The Black and White 2, the Crystal, the Yellow, the third iteration. Or in this case, it'd be more like Black 2, White 2. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. But a lot of people think that they're going to be taking the mechanics of this generation and this game and bringing that over to the only Pokemon games that have been left in the dark. That's right, Diamond Pro Remix. Diamond Pro Remix confirmed. I don't know about that. I know nothing about that. Them announcing a new game right now, Diamond Pro Remix or Swish 2, is the least likely thing to happen. So if that does not happen in the 20-minute presentation, do not be disappointed. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. It is mostly unlikely for them to announce a new Pokemon mainline core series game in this 20-minute presentation. Okay? This presentation is mostly going to be them talking about Home, Go Plus, Sleep, Detective Pikachu 2, possible new content for Sword and Shield, raids and or updates and or missing Pokemon and or mythicals, and then least likely is paid DLC Diamond Pro Remix Swish 2. 9:30 a.m. I'm going to be recording this, taking a look at it, and posting my content. We'll see anything between now and then. And I'm going to try to get better, but with my Dayquil and G Fuel. All right. Alright guys, I'm wrapping this up. If you're excited for this Pokemon Direct, do me a favor, hit the like button down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.